It's me again, Patrick Steven. Thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube channel. It's such an awesome and amazing time. The weather here is great, looking wonderful and beautiful. I hope you're having a nice time as well. Thank you for joining me. I just want to continue to put an installment on the series I've been doing on the power of dreams. I know over the last couple of weeks we've talked about a number of things about dream, but I just want to add an installment about dreams today. I want to talk about the characteristics of dream, so that when you have a dream, usually by nature, dreams are inspiring, dreams are supposed to be empowering, dreams are supposed to keep us alive. As a matter of fact, without meaning, without dream, life can become meaningless, boring, and just a set of routines. So today I want to look at some of the characteristics of dream. But before I actually start giving us 5 points I want to list today, the first thing I want to share a story. I don't know if you've heard of the man. Is an African American by the name Archie Williams. This story really inspired me. It's been trending on the social media for a couple of months now. A white lady was raped and murdered in 1982. At the time, he was a young man. As an African American, guess what? This man eventually was sent to prison to suffer for a crime he never committed, somebody else's crime. As a matter of fact, when the trial was going on, 3 people came actually to testify that he was at home at the time of the incidents. And then in January 4th of January 1983, he was sent to Angola State Penitentiary prison in Louisiana, which was one of the worst prisons in America. There was no parole. He never had pardon. He was sent to prison for 80 years for a crime he did not commit. He was released after 37 years in 2019, March the 21st. And when he was released, he came to American Got Talent to be one of the contestants. And I remember they showed a clip, a video of him before he went on stage to perform. And he was sharing his story. And they said, how did you survive 37 years in prison? And he said something that really inspired me. Here is what he said. He said, freedom is of the mind. I went to prison, but I never allowed my mind to go to prison. He said, when he was in prison, he would always sing and then he would always pray. He said, then at that time in 1983, American Got Talent was not in existence. And the social media as we have it today was not even existent then. When social media came on, and guess what American Got Talent started? He said he started watching it while he was on prison. And he said, when he watched American Got Talent, this was somebody who could sing, but he was just singing behind bars. 80 years, no parole. He didn't come from a wealthy family, no lawyer, nobody could take his case, because at the time he had no defense attorney or anybody who could speak for him. He said, I will always visualize myself being there on American Got Talent, okay, singing on the stage with other contestants. And in 2020, what he visualized came to pass. Because when we talk about dreaming, it's about using your mind to create pictures, to create experiences, things that you want to experience in time. And we said it over, that everything is created twice. Your car, your house, your clothes, everything where you live. What? First created in the mind before it is created physically. I want you to understand the capacity to dream, the ability is one of the greatest gifts that God gave to man. The art of dreaming. In Genesis 11 and verse 6, God said concerning man, he said, whatever you have imagined to do will not be restrained from you. And that is the reason why we are doing this series, because the world has been through so much pandemic, COVID-19, lockdown, and many people are wondering what the future is going to be. I want to train you, teach you, and actually give you certain principles that can empower you, so that right now you and I can decide the kind of future we want to have. Like I did in one of the series, I said the best way to predict your future is to create it. So right now, also I want to just mention very quickly, even with women, before you give birth, there can be no delivery without conception. It has to be conceived first in the womb. And by the way, women will tell you, when a baby is about to come out, the first part of the body of a baby that comes out is the head first. It means, and then the child is actually in a different wall, the wall of the womb. For you to move from that wall to this wall, that dimension to this dimension, your head has to come out first. The same thing also with your life. For you to come out of poverty into prosperity, your head, which is your mind, the symbol of your mind, has to come out first. For you to go and build a business, for you to go places and do big things, your head has to come out first. That is where it has to begin in your mind. You have to go there before you get there. So what are some of the characteristics of dreams we want to look at today? The first thing you have to understand about dream or vision from God, don't forget the scripture says in Proverbs 29 verse 18, it says, where there is no dream or vision or visualization, the people perish. When you get a dream from God, or a true and a genuine dream, number one is a vision will contradict or contrast your present reality, because vision is always futuristic. It is always different from what you see now. As a matter of fact, if you have a dream where you see yourself in 5 years, in 10 years, in 10 years, in 20, if it looks exactly like where you are today, it's a nightmare. And it has to be cancelled in prayer. In fact, it's a curse. When God wanted to bring the children of Israel out of Egypt, what did he do? He gave them a vision. They were slaves. He gave them a vision of a land flowing with milk and honey. They were not house owners because they were subject to servitude. What did God do? He told them, I will give you houses you did not build and vineyards you did not plant. Why? Because a vision will always contradict your present reality. If your present reality right now is unfavorable, a vision from God, a true vision, will always contradict. It's always for a better life, better circumstance, better set of experiences. Vision is not about the past or the present. It is always about what is coming next, what is ahead. It is the ability to see beyond where you are right now, to see ahead. Okay, a vision helps you to see beyond what is to what can be, and then begins to pull you towards it. That is why when a man has no vision, your life will be colorless, your life will be meaningless. Somebody once said, a man without a vision or dream is like a plane that has no wings. So you get different set of image. Number two, when you have a true vision, a vision will confront your sense of comfort. Why? A vision does not comfort you. It shakes you. It makes you uncomfortable, because that vision will put a new set of requirement, demand on your potential, on your ability, on your time, on your resources. That is why if you see a timid person, they become bold. A reckless person who has no financial discipline or plan, when you want to become financially independent, you now know you need to save money, you need to invest. You become restrained, you become disciplined. That's what vision will do to you. A vision actually will make somebody who has no goal, happy, willy, wishy-washy, whatever will be kind of person, gets up now and have a structure to their life. So a vision will tell you that where you are right now is less for you. It will make you uncomfortable with less, with small, with poverty, with average, with not enough. Because vision, the way God designs us, when God created man, he told man to be fruitful. You want to be productive. If you meet anybody who see themselves in their vision failing and they want to fail, they desire to fail, they're either sick, under a curse, or they are ignorant. It is not natural. That's why when you can't control your situation, you can't pay your bills, you feel defeated, you start feeling depressed. Have you watched when even two teams are playing football match? How do you feel if your team is losing? There's no joy, because we're not created to lose. It's unnatural. In fact, losing and defeat is a learned behavior. That's why it's not the first reaction that we have. So when you have a dream, it will make you uncomfortable in a nice way. So you wake up early. Now you're spending less. Now you're budgeting. Okay, and so on and so forth. Not only that, the next thing a vision or a dream will do also, it will help you to conceive opportunities. Vision, it will help to bring out the abilities and potentials that you have that you never knew before. For instance, guess what? You never knew you could be a father or a mother until you give birth to a child or you start a new family. Okay, new ideas sometimes you don't know exist. This is the reason why when somebody has a vision and they face a wall of opposition, the vision will show you how to get around it, get through it, or get over it. A man with a vision can never be stopped or stranded, because vision will make you a goal getter. You're always on the go. Even when you meet obstacles like Joseph, you want to overcome, because there's a reason. You see why. Okay, vision keeps us alive, keeps us energized, empowers us, inspires us. Then the next thing vision will also do for you also, it helps you concentrate your energy. You're a limited resource, and there are only 24 hours in a day. And don't forget, life is short. You're not here forever. You have a time and space for what you're called to do and to be. So vision helps you now for you to just begin to know how to manage your time, your resources, what is important and not important, your energy, your passion, even your relationship. You start evaluating them. You don't have time to fight petty battles. You choose your battles wisely. Why? Because you have a dream you want to fulfill. That's why visionaries and dreamers are very, very focused, very disciplined in how they spend their time and their resources. And then finally, because also dreams also helps us and connects us to resources. This is so important. Usually when God gives you a dream, God will never give you a dream you can pay for from your own pocket. It will give you a dream that is bigger than you, so that you require him. This is where faith comes in. I'm telling you, there's always provision for vision. There's always resources for every dream. And you know, if you ask Jeff Bezos, if you ask the Bill Gates and all of that, they all started with an idea. That's why they say over 70% of millionaires in America today, guess what, didn't come from wealthy families. Started with a dream. And as they believe in that dream and started working on that dream now wanting to bring change, make life better, bring solution and bring answers. For instance, if you capture a dream today of what to do about COVID-19, do you know how wealthy you will be? I saw an interview of a couple the other day who got a contract of over 30 million just to produce masks for people to use at this time. Because why? They had a dream to be able to provide solution to a global problem. So what am I saying today? Once you find a dream, money will find you. People with resources, people invest in dreams and in vision. So don't allow the fact that you are cash strapped or no money in your bank account to rob you of your dream. That desire that God has put in your heart, that thing you want to be and do, don't let it die. All I want you to do, give yourself permission to dream. Don't be your worst enemy. Don't tell yourself you can't be, you can't do, you can't have things. God has given you this life and God wants you to succeed. Thank you for joining me on this video. I will see you on the next one and with more installment as we look at these resources and this information that we need where our dreams and future are concerned. Thank you. See you soon and God bless you.